You fill up my senses like a gallon of magnet, like a packet of woodbines, like a good pinch of snuff, like a night out in Sheffield, like a greasy chip buddy, like Sheffield United. Come fill me again, na na na.
All right, people. All right, Connor.
How we doing, pal?
All right. Well, before we start video, I just want to put this up. RIP to Diego Jota and his brother Andre Silva. Terrible news. Car crash, 28-year-old. Do you know what I mean? He had all his life to live for. Just married, 3 kids. So obviously, my condolences goes to him and his family. And
Yeah.
I'd like to. It's mum. It's the mum what I feel sorry for.
Yeah, it's awful, mate. Obviously, both are children in one go, and obviously Diogo's kids as well. Obviously, the dad and their uncle. It's horrible, but it's life, unfortunately.
Yep, yeah, exactly is. So I'm going to talk about a position what I personally think is probably the most desperate we need.
Agreed.
Centre backs. What's your opinion on the situation we've got at the moment?
Well, I think
Right. So to put it in better context, I'll put this picture up, right?
Yeah.
These are our only centre backs at the moment. First teamers, should I say? First teamers.
Yeah. Tragic, mate. Like Anel's class. I think he's a good player, but he needs the right person next to him, and Jack Robinson certainly ain't that.
What makes you think Canel's like class?
He's got everything that I'd want in a centre back. Personally, He's reasonably quick. He's strong. His positional sense ain't great a lot of the time, but he does offer you a lot going forward if he's given the license to go forward. So I think there's a class centre back in there, but I think he struggled a lot more the second half of this season because he's been stood next to Jack Robinson instead of Harry Souttar.
I think he's still got first season hangover.
You think?
Yeah, mate, I do. I think he will class that first season. I thought it was unbelievable. Second season, well, we know what happened second season. Him and Rabo conceded 104 goals together.
Yeah.
And the same defense that we've consumed 104 goals, thought we could light it up in championship. So I don't know where logic is behind that, but change needs to happen, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%, mate. We need probably two senior centre backs in for me.
Personally, I think we need about 3.
3 won't happen.
You need to ship Rabo out. I know it's just triggered that extension, but I think he needs to go.
Yeah, 3 won't happen though, and he's not gonna go, is he? Like, why would he want to leave at this point? He's getting paid a decent wage. He's vice captain at club technically, and he's cushy, isn't he? Why is he gonna leave? He's just gonna run his contract out and then he'll go. Because if we offer him another deal, like I genuinely don't know what to suggest at that point. There's summer going on. He's got pictures of Betis in compromising positions or something because he's absolutely awful. Worst centre back I've ever seen play for United.
I can drop a better word in that, mate. It's shit.
Yeah, he is the worst. He's the worst centre back I've ever seen play for us. He really is. No football,
mate. Well, in fact, he doesn't even do that. He can't even be off the bank.
Yeah, exactly. But he's a passion merchant, and he's one of them. He's out of position, and then he slides in for a big challenge, and it fools everyone into thinking that he's a good centre half. No, if he were any good, he wouldn't be caught out of position so many times where he has to do them challenges anyway.
Like I said, I don't think it's like the miss it passes or the dodgy headers what it does, or his best traits is throwing, and even that's not fucking good. Bromby had a better throw than him.
Greg Alford had a better one as well.
Yeah, I like Greg Alford.
Oh,
no, remember Darius Henderson?
Oh, absolute
what
unit,
a tank! What a beast!
Absolute unit.
Well, look at this. I never knew Anel was 6'5". Me, I thought you were about 6'3".
It's a bullshit 6'5". That I'm sorry, he's not. You look at him next to Souttar, and Souttar dwarfs him, and he's only 2 inches smaller than him.
Wait, look at Kiefer Moore. Kiefer Moore's supposed to be 6'5". Do you know what I mean? Look at them two next to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure Kiefer's bigger.
Yeah, he is. He's a lot bigger. Don't get me wrong. Kiefer's got a bigger build to him, so it can sometimes make people look bigger just because they've got a bigger build. But you look at them stood next to each other, there is a height difference there. There's no way that else.
So, what names are you waving at the moment coming in? at centre backs?
So same as everybody else, to be honest with you, mate. Ashley Phillips is obviously the main one and the one that I think is the most likely to come through door. And I'm actually quite excited about him as well, to be fair.
I like Ashley Phillips.
I've
I
seen
just want him to
people,
work on his vertical a bit better.
yeah,
If he can start heading the ball, he's a beast. 6'4".
exactly. But that's something that he can work on. He's only young. What is he? 20? He's 20 years old. He's got like
Yeah.
6. I think he's got 60 odd games like championship experience already at 20. He's only going to get better. He's not going to get He's not going to get any worse. He's quick for a big lad. His passing's not too bad. It's not massively progressive, but I've never really seen him make any errors where he's give ball away and it's led to a chance. So that's what I'd want. And he stays on his feet a lot as well, which is what I like about a centre back. I don't like centre backs going to ground. Don't like
No,
it.
I don't. What I do like about him, he is very hard to beat one-on-one.
Yeah,
I think he's got one of the lowest stats in the league because he's fast enough and his positional play is better than both Fennell and Robinson, in my opinion, at this age.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like I say, he's 20-year-old. What's he going to be like when he's 25?
Exactly, mate. And if the fees are true and it's going to be like 6 million or a bit lower than 6 million, whatever else, that's a bargain for someone that's already ready made for the championship and that's only going to get better. What have you got to lose?
Exactly. Who's that new guy? What Fabrizio's just been on about that? Etienne, is it Akui or something like that?
I've never heard of him. I'll be honest with you.
Me neither. Well, I was looking at a few bits and bobs about him earlier. He's 6'5".
Yeah.
So he's big. He played for Inter Milan's youth academy.
All right. Fair play.
And then he went to Olympiacos, and I was at that Saint Havre, whatever they're called.
Yeah, Le Havre.
That's the one. But mate, you know, if things aren't English, I am shite at saying or pronouncing or all that. I've got like the most Yorkshire tongue you can imagine.
Blame that on Wilder, mate. We've not had to learn like many foreign names, have we? While we've been on the Wilder.
I know. Mate, you want to see me at work when I'm trying to shout someone's name?
Not got a clue.
Well, say I get agency, and my best thing is to do is just write your name down, pal.
Fuck's sake!
I'm telling you, I just can't do it.
Fuck yeah!
It's either the write the name down or I turn this shit by going. You know what I mean?
That's it. How do you say that?
I'm telling you, it's not great. It's worse when I'm going to pardon. Beg your pardon.
Oh, I don't know, mate.
What was that? I've seen another name. Is it Ramel Rudiger or something like
that? No, you're on about the German lad, aren't you? That we're
from Berlin.
Yeah, he's a winger, but there's no in that from what I've been told. So it could end up being true. And I always like a foreign signing, me, because I'm not going to act like I know loads about the kid, but I've always been a fan of foreign signings. I think they're unproven quantities, and they could end up just being absolute world beaters.
So there's what else have I seen? Tyler Binden, Forest.
Yeah, Tyler Binden. That one's true.
What did you say about him?
Don't know loads about him. I know most that I know about him is obviously from when he was at Reading. Reading fans ran and rave about him.
That's the only thing I know about him. I just know he worked under Sellis. I can't say I've watched him or know much about him.
Yeah.
Another name what's getting touted is that Hendrik Fauchen, whatever he says.
Yeah. I'm not going to pretend I know a single thing about him, mate. All I know is that he's a big lad. That is all I know.
So 22-year-old Norwegian centre-back caught the attention of Sheffield United, Middlesbrough's performance in the Norwegian top flight. He won't have caught our attention. AI would have caught his attention. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not being funny, like you say. Chris Wilder's been in charge, and we haven't scouted abroad. So say, like I said, you know what it gets me right? It's like you look at our scouting department and everything what we've done over the last few years, right? Every player what we brought in. Wilder, the first time he went abroad to buy players, he succeeded once out around Mane. He bought Zetos, Berg, and
Berg, Zivkovic.
Zivkovic. So 1 out of 3.
They were what's his face as well? Centre back, right hard bastard.
Who?
I forgot what his name is. I think he were Croatian or something like that. Him who
Oh,
he
yeah.
covered
Yeah.
attackers' eyes while they were jumping. I forgot what his name is. It was right hard
Yeah.
come.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
But it's like, nah. We're looking at all players, what we've got, what might maybe going. All our best players seem to be Eki signings.
Yep.
But I
Yeah.
think everyone's forgetting this. You know what I mean? They all like make it. It's like Tommy Doyle choosing Birmingham now.
Mhm.
He might have liked it in here, but end of the day, he played for Heke, not Wilder.
Yeah, exactly. There's a big difference. They're not the same whatsoever. They've got different values. Wilder, it's British or not, basically.
You know what I like about Eke? I think Eke is best at developing players.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of players that, like young talent that come through while Eke were here, obviously, and I come to the fore while Eckenbottom were manager.
And
Gibbs White
Morgan, yep.
turned into an absolute phenom.
Mm-hmm.
Did Asula break through while Eke were manager as well, or were it Wilder?
Yes, he did. No, it was Heke.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. I'm not exactly the well, I weren't the biggest fan of Asula when he were here. I thought he were a good
No, I
talent. He
won't.
just were never going to work, in my opinion.
I saw him as a cheaper, worse version than Jebo, and he's proved me wrong because he's obviously becoming the better talent now.
Yeah,
I think.
I think a lot of that's to do with Eddie Howe and Jason Tyndall, though, aren't we? That they develop youth, because they're unbelievable at developing youth.
Oh yeah, and I think what it is with Jebo as well. I think he got a bit of attention when he was younger, and it went to his head. That were a problem with Jebinson.
After he scored that goal against Everton, that were
it. Thought it was best.
All went to his head.
Thought it was best. So I don't know. I'm looking at our defenders now, and I'm not worried because we're only at 3rd of July.
Yeah.
But like I've said numerous times to you, that I like my players to be in for pre-season. Do you know what I mean? Especially centre-backs, because I believe it wins championships, doesn't it? You need the most chemistry with your centre-backs.
Yeah, well, look at Burnley last year. They had best defensive partnership in league. Don't get me wrong. I think if Suter had stayed fit, we probably could have argued that we could have took that. But it's all ifs and buts, isn't it? We've got Jack Robinson at fucking centre back instead.
What's wrong with Jackie boy?
Fucking hell, what's right with him?
Honestly, you know what's mad to think? He's actually played for Liverpool.
Crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely nuts how people like that come through Liverpool academies and whatever else. I don't know. I'm a big fat bastard. I could do a better job at centre half than Jack Robinson could do. 100%. And he's not a bastard. He'll probably fucking chin me like if he ever sees me, but I don't give a fuck. It's true.
You know what it is? I get this perceptive like he's all that and this a bit.
Mate, you could tell just by looking at somebody when somebody is willing to have a go. I bet he's willing to have a go. I'll have a go with him. I'll probably get chin like, but I'll have a go.
I'm not saying no because I don't fucking things get blown out of context, but I'd have a good time.
Dear.
But it's like, people, right? What irritates me, because everyone's setting this English only, they've got to play in England, they're supposed to have played for this league and all this, like that. But did anybody know who Linnell were before he come to us?
I did, actually.
From his time at Forest, not Malmo, though, yeah?
No, Malmo, actually.
Okay.
I didn't even know that he played for Forest, I'll be honest.
Okay.
So, not because I'm like a particular watcher at Swedish league or all like that. But
I thought you'd fucking dived right into it.
No, you were just I'm gonna sound like a right fucking idiot.
Go on, get it up.
It were a career mode signing for me.
It were a career. Okay.
Yeah, years ago. So that's how I knew about him, and he developed like ridiculously quick. He ended up being like one of our mainstay centre backs for years on my FIFA career mode. So I ended up taking a bit of notice of him. I'm like, if I get like a player on career mode that ends up being a good player, I'll keep an eye on him in real life. And he was one of them. Not many others from abroad. Most of them are usually like front level leagues.
That's like me with Football Manager. I remember Gabriel Barbosa, who was like my favourite striker. And now I'm still convinced now, even though he's about 35, he's going to break through. Do you know what I mean? So it's not happened yet, but I'm convinced it's going to happen.
Yeah, it does. You get that like affiliation with players, don't you? And you're like, yeah, I just want to see them do well. But no, they're just shit. They're just good on fucking FIFA or FM.
So other names then we talked about, do you reckon there's like all to do with Charlie Hughes? Do you reckon he's a possible target?
Just a fan. It's just a like fan wish list. I think same with Callum Doyle as well.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'd snatch their hands off to get both of them into the club because I think they're both really, really good centre halves.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a lot of interest in them. Don't think we've had any interest in them as far as I know, anyway. But they'd both be class. They're unbelievable, and there's a lot of centre backs out there, and we will be linked with a couple more. And I think the good thing is, depending on what sort of deal Phillips comes in on, if we get him on a loan to buy, I think we'll get 2 other centre backs in as well on permanence. Yeah. But if we just buy him straight away, I can only see us getting 1 more centre back in, if I'm being honest.
You know what does piss me off though? It's like you see teams like Birmingham, do you know what I mean? They've just signed Doyle, yeah. Where is it 10 million obligation?
Something like that.
Something stupid, right? And yeah, they got that fucking Beadle. We know how shite Beadle is, do you know what I mean? There's a reason why he got dropped. He got dropped, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But these are newly promoted teams like Wrexham. I mean, Reinhardt, I think Reinhardt is a great signing for Wrexham.
He is, but I wouldn't have taken him for us.
I wouldn't have took him for us, but for Wrexham, I think that's an amazing signing. What they've done. Yeah.
Very clever signing.
Just like Coventry getting Kessler Hayden for 3.5 million. I feel like I look at where we are in league and what we're supposed to be, right? And on paper, we're a top end championship team pushing for promotion.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be one of the richest clubs in league. But you're not seeing it yet. Do you reckon fans need to be a bit more patient, or is there a more strategic way and what the owners are doing at the moment?
So you've seen our English market's gone over the last couple of years. You can get a player that's got let's say top end championship, low end Premier League level ability for you're paying like 10, 15 million quid now for that sort of player. Abroad, you can get someone with the same amount of ability for half the price. So I think
I get that.
You're going to see a lot more of the foreign side of things. And I'm a fan of that as long as it's done correctly, as long as the scouting's done properly and we know exactly what sort of profile of player we're bringing in by doing that. No problem at all, because we're saving money, bringing in some foreign talent. And let's be honest, the exciting players are usually from abroad anyway, aren't they? That's usually what you get. I've never seen some sort of fucking John Doe come into the team and thought, wow, he's unbelievable.
Only thing what bugs me, it's the English game is very high intensity, high work rate. Do you know what I mean? And it's all right saying that because our players can't keep up with pace now and we're playing on a slower basis. So how they're going to handle it under Sellis? Because I know Sellis' football is very high intensity. So
there's going to be some players spewing the bollocks up in preseason.
Yeah, well, I saw that snippets at first day preseason and they all look dead on treadmill already. Do you know what I mean? And that first day. Yeah, they did.
Well, that's what you want, mate. I'm not being funny, Ro. If you've got a player that has just got high-end level fitness, like James Milner level fitness now, a player's worth 10 million quid just from having that level of fitness nowadays. The football and ability side of things has sort of gone out of window.
Come second, doesn't it?
Game's completely changed. It's just a bunch of athletes running about on a pitch now. You've got some flair players, but days of having your Ronaldinho and that he'd be going out shagging birds, smoking fags and that on a weekend, and then bagging a hat-trick on a Sunday against Real Madrid. It doesn't happen no more. That you don't have those sort of. McGoldrick said it best. You don't have mavericks in football no more. It's just.
You know what you've just done with that saying, don't you?
Go on.
You just created the shirt for this week.
Well, there you go, mate.
Look at it, Connor shorts. I'm going to make you your own little show. Hey, it's going to be two piss flaps called Connor's Curtains.
Oh, mate, I'm up for that. I love it.
I'm telling you. Make a little overlay for it. Sit in the middle when you do your little scout report.
Yeah,
Connor's
that's it.
curtains.
But it's true. He said McGoldrick said it in an interview. I think it were a couple of months ago now. Mavericks don't exist in football anymore now. It's all robots. Pep Guardiola, the bulk cunt, he fucking ruined football for everybody. He absolutely ruined it.
He's clever though. You can't. He changed football.
Unbelievable, mate. But his football's regressed over the last couple of years. It's all just possession-based football now. Like, don't get me wrong, in this Club World Cup, Man City have actually looked good. I know they aren't now, but they have looked good anytime I've watched them play, and they look like they might be going back in the opposite direction, where they're going to be playing free-flowing, expansive football again, but being drilled and disciplined at the same time, which is what it used to be with like his Barcelona teams and stuff. Press people to death, have your flair players, skin people, whack one straight in top corner, jobs are good in. But for a couple of years under Pep, when they were just winning absolutely everything and they were winning league every single year, they were fucking boring. They were boring, mate. It was just side to side, pass people to death, score a goal, score 2 goals, sit back, knock ball about.
I think getting rid of players like De Bruyne and all that's going to help him in the long run, because like Cirque, what they've just fetched in, I know what he can do. I've seen him play for Leon. Do you know what I mean? And it's like they're saying he's his replacement. He can't be. He's a different type of player. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I
think
think
he's more of a flair player than.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Yeah. De Bruyne is obviously he's the best passer of a football that I've ever seen. Like, I don't think there's anyone that's even a close second, to be honest with you. But no, because a different type of passing with Scholesy. Scholesy were one that had clipped balls over at top.
You know what? You know, one player what I think is massively underrated, and I swear that I watched like career highlights for him all the time. Beckham. Beckham was so fucking good, mate. Like,
so
he weren't fast. He couldn't beat a player 1-on-1, but do you know what? He did everything, didn't he? He worked hard, and he knew.
The thing is with Beckham, people forgot how good Beckham was because of the name that he become. He were more than football, and then people forgot how good of a footballer he actually were. But he were unbelievable. There's some players that can just put a ball on a sixpence for people, and that's a talent in itself. And there's not many players that have got it. But De Bruyne's best that I've ever seen at it. But Beckham's probably second, to be fair.
It's like I watched him at Real Madrid, and there were points. It's like he just picks ball up and he's at halfway, and he's just one little look, and that's it. Bing, little cross, and how it rips around all the centre backs and just drops perfectly for a striker. And this is like from no attacking. Do you know what I mean? You just fuck it. Do you know what I mean? Get on that.
There is a player that's probably second, actually, and you're not going to be happy to hear this, and you're probably going to think, oh, it's a bias towards it. And Messi can play them ridiculous few balls as well. Not the rangy passes that like a De Bruyne and a Scholes and a Beckham and that can play, but when it comes to a through ball, there's no one better at a through ball than Messi. There's not.
Fuck off.
There's not, mate. Honestly, jump off Ronaldo's cock. There's no one better than Messi.
Messi, facts, yeah. Messi could only do it in Spanish league.
How's that a fact? He spent all his career in his prime there. He went to PSG for a payday.
Right. So how old were you when he went to PSG?
34, 35.
How old were Ronaldo? Where were Ronaldo at 34, 35?
There's a complete difference.
Where
Ronaldo were at Man U when he was 35, I believe.
Did he still score?
Yes, still score goals. Look at Messi's stats while they were at PSG. Weren't bad at all. It's just because
in a farmers league with fucking top notch players like Mbappe and were Neymar still there at that point, or had he gone? No, he'd gone, weren't he?
No, I think you were there for a season, weren't he? With Messi.
And then Dembele came after, didn't he? Yeah. But my point is, like, Messi, I think he's good, and I've seen him in Champions League do it against English clubs, but could he have done it week in, week out in Premier League?
Of course he could.
No, he couldn't,
mate.
I don't think he could.
Of course he could.
I don't think he could.
How can you say a generational talent like that wouldn't have been able to do it?
He's a generational talent, but Ronaldo in.
Ronaldo is a generational talent. I've not seen that he's not. He's the best goal scorer of all time, Ronaldo. He's just not the best player of all time. It's not an insult. It's just a fact. He's not the best player of all time. He's the best goal scorer of all time. If you're wanting someone to take your penalty in 90th minute or out like that, 100%, I'm choosing Ronaldo over everybody. But in terms of footballing ability and seeing things that nobody else can do on a football pitch, he is the best that I've ever seen. Messi is just
I think Zidane were better.
Oh, Zidane were class. Zidane were class. I love that all day. But he just weren't even close. The closest player that you probably get into him in terms of like just pure ability, but obviously got injuries, were R9.
R9 were just next level.
Yeah, they were unbelievable. But he got injured.
Do you want to answer that question?
Oh, any truth in the Barry link? Yes. I'm not gonna go into depth, but yes.
Ooh, something to get excited with. Just so everybody is aware, I did make a video about it about 2 weeks ago, but people brushed it off. Do you know what I mean? But yep. Don't want to listen to that, do you know what I mean? And do you know what pisses me off about a lot of people? It's like, I put Goodbye Harmer, right? You know, on that other video what I did about Gus Harmer possibly believe it. I got some rate stick for it, right? But you know now, if he goes and people are like, oh, you know, and then fucking my views will go up. Thanks for my views, by the way. But if it's like, it's all opinion based, you get what I mean? Just because I say something don't mean it's fucking right. I'm just like any other person.
Yeah, exactly. It's like all this in the know information and stuff as well.
I don't give bollocks about it.
Yeah, it does my head in. Obviously, you've got people pinging links about it in chat, and then you've got people that moan about it. It's obviously, like you said, it's opinion based. If you think Gus is going to go, that's fine. That's your opinion, obviously, and it's not outrageous to think that he is going to go.
You know what people need to understand about YouTube and real life journalism? I'm not a fucking journalist. I'm a regular person, just like you, sat at work or sat behind your phone now watching the stream. I've got an opinion. You might not fucking agree with it, but end of the day, it's my opinion. Do you get what I mean? I'm not fucking stood outside Bramall Lane or Shirecliff waiting for every player to turn up and trying to interview him. No, I can just give my perspective from my eyes on what I think someone is or how I think they're going to go or how they fit into the team. Just because you may not agree with me, don't mean it's different. Do you get what I mean? I've got to respect your opinion, so respect mine. Stop giving me shite.
That's it. You've been fucking told.
Yeah, but you know, it just makes me laugh, innit? It's like all these Wilder fanboys now, do you know what I mean? They're all crying. End of the day, I don't give a fuck. There's about how many seats in Bramall Lane? 30,000, 32,000, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So let's take 4,000 foot away fans, in it. So let's call it 29 foot home fans, yeah? Right. 29,000 fans sat in Bramall Lane, right? There's fuck all any of you can do about what's happening at club. Do you know what I mean? Them decisions are above our pay grade. I don't care if you're sitting in a big fancy fucking box. Do you know what I mean? You can think you're as big. You might think your dig's the biggest at Bramall Lane, but regardless what you want or whatever, them decisions have already been made. So Wilder's gone. Sellis is in. Either fucking enjoy it or don't even bother turning up, because I tell you what, right, Sellis is going to bring back atmosphere at Lane. I'm telling you that now.
Exactly, mate. Going to be playing good football. Get battered 6-0 1 week, win 7-0 next. That'll do me.
It's exciting though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not being funny at all. What do you pay football? You want to see your team win, but what do you ultimately pay the money for every week? To be entertained.
Like I say, Gladiator said it best, don't it?
Yeah. Are you not entertained?
Exactly. And you know what I hate? It's this. You know, when we're being battered and they don't even look bothered walking around doing the little clap. They do the same clap as well. It's just like that, isn't it? It's always at the side of their head and they're just like, it's scripted as fuck. Do you know what I mean? Then fucking Chris Wilder doing his little bang on his fucking chest all constantly. It drives me up fucking wall, man. Do you know what I mean? It fucks me off.
Yeah. It's
I'm not studying. I'm not start. Go on.
Yeah, I was just about to say we've had this rant about. I've had enough of talking about him. Yeah, I really have. I love the bloke for what he's done, but I hate him now because of the people that just blindly support him constantly. It does my head in.
You know what pisses me off though, right? You don't see me stood on cop going like this, do you? You know what
I've
I
done it
mean?
before. I've done it before. Don't
Have
get me
you
wrong.
really?
Oh, mate, I fell for Wilder romance, didn't I?
Oh, you one of them.
Oh, yeah, I fell for it. Well, I'm saying I fell for it. I was blindly infatuated with a man for them
Mate,
like 3-4
right.
years. But the thing is, some people don't know when to let go of a toxic relationship, and that's why they're all still blindly in love with him. It's like
Mhm.
clinging to your ex that's like moved on. It's just no good.
Like I said, I respect the bloke. I respect what he did in his first stint. I think he did a decent job last season. But
Mhm.
football's evolved from 2019, which you know yourself it has. Pep's been in and he's shown you how to do it. Do you know what I mean? He showed you different styles of play. I mean, you've got Arne Slot, someone who I thought were going to come to Liverpool and fucking finish playoffs. Do you know what I mean? Not playoffs, sorry, Champions League spots. That's about it. But the
Mhm.
blunt league away. Do you know what I mean?
To
And
be
he's
honest, I think
effectively,
I think he were a benefit of circumstance last season, no
yeah,
Slot,
yeah,
because I
yeah,
think Premier League were that shit last year.
yeah.
He literally just walked in and fucking
Oh
mopped
yeah,
up.
yeah. But it's proved wingers are back. Do you get what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
Guardiola's trying to do, wingers are back. The old
Mhm.
school winger, yeah, it's so great having a player cutting in and all that lot, but that cross should be first instinct regardless of anything. And
Yeah. No, I agree.
it's exciting. Inside, like these flary wingers, don't get me wrong, they're fun to watch and all that lot. But you know when they're doing 10 steppers, where it's go to the side and cut in constantly and shoot with a fucking strong foot, it's predictable, isn't it?
Jamal Campbell Rice.
Oh mate, Callum Hudson Odoi. Do you know what I mean? He did it twice
Yeah.
against us last season. Fuck me, twice. We
I
knew what he
know.
was doing and did it twice.
Jamal Campbell Rice, though, I loved watching him play, but he beat two men. He'd turn round and try and beat him again and then put a cross straight into the fucking
Yeah.
stand.
It's like Didsey, though.
Yeah.
I love Didsey. Didsey, mate, is probably one of the best players we've ever had. Not to free score. Do you get what I mean? Can you imagine if he had a scoring touch?
Oh, mate, it'd be. But thing is, if he had a scoring touch, he never would have come to us in his career anyway. He'd been playing
Yeah.
for fucking Spurs or something like
To
that.
be fair, yeah, he wouldn't have. But it's like I'm excited me about this new period because, like I said, mate, we're going to get players we've never heard of. What we're
Mhm.
going to buy for 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. Look at Tanaka, 3.5 million. Did you ever hear about Tanaka before he come to Leeds? Because I fucking didn't.
No,
Didn't
never
have a
heard of him.
fucking clue who we were. And do you know what? He was arguably one of the best players in the Championship last season.
He probably were. It's between, like, I don't think Gus were best player in
No,
Championship last season.
I
I think
don't.
he were top three, but I think Dan James and Tanaka were above him. And then you're
Yeah,
probably looking a Stev after that, I'd say.
yeah.
For
Yeah,
Burnley.
Egan Riley. I like Egan. You know them two, they complemented each other so fucking well. It was fucking. And do you know
Well,
what? I'm a bit pissed off with Egan Riley because he's just brought some up very special for money reasons.
you know what? He's entitled to do that though, mate, because
Yeah,
he
he
weren't
is.
even
He is.
first choice. He weren't even first choice at Burnley. He only got in because of an injury to somebody. I can't remember who it was that got
Warrell.
injured. It was somebody. One at like 6 class championship centre backs that Burnley had last season. One of them
Yeah.
got injured and then he got put in. So
Oh,
it's not
weren't it?
like
No,
Burnley.
it was because he went, weren't it? O'Shea. When Day
I
O'Shea
thought it
went.
was an injury. Could be, but I thought it was because of an injury.
Do you reckon
But
anyone's going to pick him
whatever.
up?
What, Darragh O'Shea?
Yeah.
What, is he on
Or
a
do you reckon
free
he's
or something?
No, I reckon. Do you reckon anyone's going to pick him up from Ipswich?
Oh, no, I think he'll stay.
Yeah, I think he's solid. Me, with that, I think Ipswich team's probably strongest in Championship.
Yeah, yeah, but they haven't really got an out-and-out striker at the minute, though, have they? Obviously,
Smodics.
Delap's just gone. I don't rate him. He
You
was
don't,
good
Championship,
for
mate.
Blackburn. He was good for Blackburn, mate, but I don't rate him.
Is that like saying BBD?
No, because I do rate BVD. That's
Fuck
the
off,
thing.
Dio, man.
Yeah, I do rate him. I think there is a good player in there. He's just another one that's getting played out of position.
You know what I don't get? He's 26-year-old. Why the fuck does he look about 50?
He's just one of them idiots that decided to grow his hair out, isn't he? Like, I know obviously he shaved his hair now, but it must be to do with his hairline because his hairline's being pushed back, hasn't it?
I don't know. It needs some vitamin D. He needs some. It just.
I know it's whitest Chilean man on the planet.
Yeah, mate. Wait, he's got dropped from Chile, hasn't he? Because he can't speak Spanish.
Can't blame him. Should be able to speak it.
He should be, yeah. Do you know what, though, right? He was fucking wank last season when he come to us.
He had a good 3 or 4 games when he first come in. Then I think he had a bit of an injury, didn't he? And then he was just never the same.
I wouldn't say they were good. I'd just say we're in right spot at right place. I wouldn't say he's fucking played
That's
right well
all
that
about
game.
being a forward, though, mate. In my opinion,
Is he a forward?
Yes, 100%. He's a forward. There's been a couple of times, like I remember Luton away, he missed a sitter from about a yard out, didn't he? But apart from that, his positional play is good, and he is very, very good at getting onto the end of crosses. But the crosses that we were putting into a box last season were absolutely fucking abysmal when we did put them in.
I reckon at the entire season, right, you could get a pad, and I reckon we put in about 10 good crosses all season.
Yeah,
everything else would at knee level. Do you know what I mean? Low crosses constantly. They fucking wank. They don't do all. There's no pace.
I don't mind low crosses, but they've got to be put into that corridor between last defender and keeper. So keeper can't come for it, and the last defender's obviously in front of it. It's got to be put in that corridor, and then you've got to have someone running on back post.
I've seen what twice. It's happened twice. Armour put one in for Brewster, and Tyrese Campbell put one in for Brewster against Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Brewster both
goes to show. Yeah, just sign him up. Fuck it, get him on a fucking 10-year contract.
Oh mate, Harrison fucking killed me with that last week.
I know.
He proper killed me off. I mean, I had my downfall with fucking Shackleton, but fuck me, we've only had one season of Shackleton.
Oh yeah, I forgot you come out with that fucking rogue comment, and I forgot about him. He is. I forget about him all the time. I forget that he even plays for us. He's just irrelevant, honestly. Just go. He could fucking leave tomorrow.
Davis, me.
I want to forget about him, but I can't.
That's not, when I saw players coming back over there, and I seen it, and fucking, Garbage were walking up with fucking spar bag, and I'm thinking, who the fuck is that?
Return of the Mac.
Yeah, fucking a spar carrier bag, mate. And all I thought, I was staring at him for about 5 minutes, like scratching my head, like, who the fuck is that? Where's he?
No signing.
Will play well this season, though. I'm telling you, I think he'll get a shot at it. Sam Curtis.
He struggled on his loan spells, though, hasn't he?
Right. I think it's all about system and tactics and all that, because, like, why is it Cannon's failed so far at us, to go? I mean, but he did all right at Stoke.
To do with style of play, 100%.
Right. I think Celis will fucking make. Right. There's a reason why a lot of teams wanted Curtis. Do you know what I mean? And there's a reason why fucking Keith Andrews wanted him. Keith Andrews now the Brentford manager. Do you get what I mean? So, do you get what I mean? He's not a fucking idiot.
With Sam Curtis, I wouldn't have him as the starting right back this season.
No.
Yeah. So it'd be third choice for me. We need to bring in another one to compete with Sariki as first choice, but get Sam Curtis.
Sariki's not number one in your personal opinion.
If he stays fit, 100% he is. Because he's, like you said, you have said it previously, and I do agree with you, he is more of like a wing back than he is a full back. But with his recovery pace, he can do a job at right back, and he can do a very, very good job at right back.
But my only issues... Go on.
Yeah, he needs a solid centre half stood next to him, and he needs a midfielder that'll come in and double up with him if needed.
My point with Sariki is it works a lot of players at the moment. Have they got the gas tank to work for Celis how Celis wants to it? But have players had to work that hard before for Celis because they're not as technically gifted than what our squad is? So
yeah,
I'm excited to see what pre-season happens. Do you know what I mean? How he's going to go about things.
Well, pre-season, you can develop a lot of fitness in pre-season, and that's what he's going to be doing. He's going to be working the bollocks off. They're going to be fucking. They'll probably hate him. He'll have probably lost dressing room by the time pre-season's finished. But
But
yeah,
like my feeling is like I don't think the United squad will work as hard as what his Hull squad or his Reading squad works because ours on paper is a better squad. So I don't think
we'll
we'll
have
be
more
losing.
ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think we'll be losing the ball as much as what Hull did. I mean, fuck me, he made Regan Slater look like a fucking world beater. Do you know what I mean?
I always rated Regan when he was
I
here.
did. I rated him when he
thought
was
he was a
here.
good
It's
player.
like him as well. There's another lad. What I forgot what he's called. I think he plays for Burton. No, I think he plays for Burton now. Or Rochdale or something stupid like that. It's lower league. Zach Brunn.
Yeah, a good little player.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be good. He's supposed to have an alright loan, weren't he? Antoine Ackwood.
Yeah, he's not done too bad. Were he at Port Vale this season?
Yeah, Port Vale.
Yeah, he's not done too bad. I've seen him on score sheet a couple of times, but he's another one that is he actually an out-and-out striker or is he better
No,
placed
he's not.
elsewhere?
I won't say he's a striker, but it's weird. It's like Louis Marsh. I saw Louis Marsh come back for pre-season and he looks like he's put some weight on.
Yeah. Well, Louis Marsh is a lad that were in my year at school. He's his older brother.
Yeah. Pardon?
Yeah, he's good. A good player. Good player, Louis.
Well, from Kilmarsh,
Just had a few injuries. Yeah, just had a few injuries, Annie. That's problem.
Yeah. It's like, do you know what is with him? I think he's technically there. I think he'd make a good number 10. A good number 10.
That's what I said.
I think his issue is he's not strong, not by fucking width or out. He's just not physically strong yet. But obviously that's going to come with aging as you develop into your body physically because he's only a young lad still. Do you know what I mean?
What is he? 19, 20?
I think he's 21-ish now.
21. So it's like you don't stop fully growing until you're 21 anyway. So you can pack on some muscle mass now.
But I
he's put about 10 pounds of weight on, something like that.
Oh yeah, it does. It does. It reminds me a bit of David Brooks. It really does.
Yeah, 100%. That's how I see him. Not as gifted technically with the dribbling, but his positional sense and stuff's a lot better than what Brooks's were at that age. So it's just the physical side of things. That's all he needs to develop, and he'll be a good player. Like he does in the lower leagues when he has his loans and stuff. But he's a player that can go missing for 60, 70 minutes, and then he'll pop up and fucking score you a goal and win you a game. So
exactly. So on that one, I think we're going to end it because we're at nearly 3 o'clock, and I'm going to have my screaming kids coming back soon. I say screaming, they're all old enough now. But on the last note, this time next week, how many signings do we have?
2.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same.
I think 1 over weekend, 1 early next week.
Do you reckon we'll kit a launch this week?
Should be.
I think so. I think it's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah. Looks like it, mate. Looks like it. And needs to come out and get done. And just one last note as well. I don't even usually like talking about them, but fuck Wednesday. Oh dear.
I'll leave it on that note then.
Right, see you in a bit, boys. Take care.
In a bit.